which moves us to the Monday Nighter. Very interesting market moves. Open Falcons -4. When Donnie and I were together on Tuesday, it was -6. It's now back to 4s and 3.5s. Total open at 54, now mostly 54.5s. The Falcons injuries, and I get it. I take a lot of shit for saying Falcons. I apologize. Falcons.
No idea what team you're talking about.
The Falcons will be without Devontae Freeman. They'll be without Matt Bryant. They also lost 2 key receivers in that game. Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu. It just doesn't stop. We know Deion Jones, Keanu Neal, Ricardo Allen are all gone for the Falcons. But the Falcons keep playing good football and battling, and that's what Matt Ryan is able to do in the Dome. On the Giants side of the things, it was an embarrassing game against the world champion Eagles. Olivier Vernon is back. Eli Apple seems to have got his shit together. It's just that this defense can't get off the field, and that's how you take away studs like Vernon, is keep him on the field for 40 minutes. During the 3-game losing streak, Eli Manning keeps looking worse and worse and worse. Now, from a comedic point of view, it's great. You know, we can tell jokes. I can talk about how he's going to be the worst player in the history of the Hall of Fame, and we get laughs. But that's a big city, and the Giants have a lot of fans, and they must be smashing their head into every table that's in front of them while they're watching him play. One bright spot for the Giants has been Saquon Barkley. He is an absolute beast and a joy to watch. Falcons -3.5. I like the Falcons here, but in my parlay, I did cheat the spread. I got it at a nice spot. I did cheat the spread. Giants +10.5 at -250 as part of my 4-game parlay. I also, even though the Falcons have so much trouble on defense, I have some interest in the under. I can't wait to hear you guys break this game down. We'll start with you, Whale Capper. Monday Nighter, Giants at Falcons.
Well, I agree with a lot of what you said there. The Giants are a Teddy Bridgewater away from being contenders in the NFC, in my opinion.
Wow.
The fact that the Jets signed Teddy off the street instead of the Giants going out and getting him as the understudy and potential replacement to Eli is head scratching. There's a lot of the Giants moves, and a lot of what John Mara and company have done over the last handful of years have been, have really set the Giants back as a franchise, in my opinion. And all to the benefit of Donnie's Eagles. You got 3 owners that don't know how to, deal with roster construction in today's NFL in your division. So congratulations to the next 10 NFC East titles to the Philadelphia Eagles. But the Giants, they can still perform well offensively, as we saw against they were able to rack up yards against that Eagles defense in impressive fashion. They just couldn't score points because of the sloppy quarterback play. I would say, you see a total like 54 in this dome. I'm taking the over every time. I don't care what the injuries are. I don't care if Eli Manning can't throw the ball deep particularly well anymore. This is a defense on the Atlanta side of the ball that can tackle no one. There's rumors Michael Vick's going to be in the house, and they're going to have a blackout in the crowd. Everyone wearing black shirts, and in the Falcons in their black gear. And if Michael Vick's there, like, slot that guy in as safety, man. See if he can play, because the guys they're trotting out there now to play in the secondary, they can't tackle, they can't cover, and I got a feeling that you're going to see a pretty impressive day out of the likes of both Beckham and Shepard, and the tight end. Hopefully, Ingram is healthy and back in this one, and he's contributing as well. And then you add Barkley to the mix. I think the Giants can get into the high 20s pretty comfortably. Maybe even the 30s. And the Atlanta, we see that this team was built for this, this field, this stadium. And in prime time, I think Matt Ryan puts on a show, and they can neutralize the parts of the Giants defense that are threats, and they should comfortably score as well. I feel like we're going to see a redux of what we saw in Bucks Falcons in this stadium, in Bengals Falcons in this stadium, in Saints Falcons in this stadium. This is, anytime you hang a total in the low 50s and Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta this season, including the Super Bowl, I got a feeling I'm going to have an over ticket in my pocket.
Good breakdown. I hear all of that. It makes a lot of sense. Donnie, can't wait to hear your breakdown of the Monday Nighter Giants at Falcons.
It's an interesting one, to say the least. You know, sometimes I'm rooting a little bit more against the New York Giants, not because they're a divisional opponent of the Eagles, but just, man, is it going to be fun Tuesday morning if they get shelled and then you see the New York headlines really open it up as the season is basically all for naught. You have the owner taking shots at the wide receiver. You have the wide receiver's dad taking shots back at the owner. The wide receiver's talking about, like, you know, forget about the game. He's talking about how much he doesn't like water and why he would rather have an IV at halftime. It is an awesome mess in New York where if it goes really badly Monday night, it might just explode. But getting back to the game itself, styles make fights here. If we could just somehow max protect for Eli, if we can just not let Vic Beasley get a pass rush on Eli every single play and he stands up, there should be time to throw and not much resistance in the back end. It's a really big deal. Evan Ingram is, you know, not a top 5 tight end in the NFL just yet, but he has the capabilities to open up everything over the middle. When you're talking about 2 safeties that are already down for the Atlanta Falcons, he's going to be a problem if he's healthy, just running and splitting those safeties, which lets Sterling Shepard on the outside and Odell Beckham on the outside operate. The only thing I don't want to see happen in this football game is, if you're the New York Giants or you're betting it over, is for Pat Shermer to almost outsmart himself and say, boy, we got Saquon Barkley. We can't block that well. Let's just try to keep, you know, the other team off the field and run the football. No, you have a secondary now that you can finally exploit as long as you keep your quarterback upright and go downfield and take chunk plays off, which is pretty rare for the Giants. If you go back over on the Atlanta side of the football and offense, if you can get Ridley lined up and Sanu lined up in this football game to go with Julio Jones, they'll put up points left and right in this one. As long as you just get some competent offensive play calling on both sides, there should be no way that these teams don't at least play both of them into the high 20s. I just don't want Pat Shermer to say, boy, we have a really good running back. We're going to give the ball 25 times for 132 yards and control the clock. You'll get beat that way because Atlanta's going to score on your defense. Go toe-to-toe with this football team. Keep Eli upright, and Odell Beckham Jr. should have 7 catches for 182 yards and 2 scores in this game. If not, get rid of your entire offensive set.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.